Soludo meets Peter Obi, speaks on reported collection of $28 million to blackmail him. Can you imagine? So he's trying to retrace his steps now, trying to make peace with Peter Obi, having seen that all attempts he's making to frustrate and to destroy Peter Obi is receiving backlash from the public. Can you imagine? These are wolves in sheep clothing. The governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, had dismissed the rumor that he collected $28 million from anybody or party to blackmail the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi. Soludo said this while fielding questions from newsmen in Awka, the Anambra State capital, after the Thanksgiving Mass for Most Reverend Paulinus C. Ezokafo in celebration of his 70th birthday at St. Patrick's Catholic Church, where he met Obi. The Anambra governor asserted, if I had truly received $28 million to blackmail my brother, Peter Obi, I should be extremely wealthy as of today. For those forging, blackmail, and all that, including the one they said I collected bribe to say what I said, I asked them to bring it so I will use it to construct roads for Anambra people. If Soludo is into bribery, I would have been a multi-trillionaire now. Today is very special. When we came into the service, it was the first time Obi and I are meeting at a public event and in a Catholic church, which the two of us belong to. I think it was divine. So when I came in, I quickly went to where he sat and hugged him. People watched with bewilderment as if it was a drama, asking if it was not the same people quarreling, he added. Speaking on their perceived rift, Soludo said it is political, stressing that he spoke with Obi about 2 times just last night and that politics has not crept into the relationship as brothers. There is no rift between Obi and me at a personal level. Nobody snatched each other's wife. What appeared to be the rift between us is fundamental political differences, nothing else. On the fundamental differences we have, we are going to meet in the next few weeks. We have agreed to discuss and iron out our differences, he maintained. Can you imagine? So this is where people need to be very, very careful. There are 2 ways or two sides to this meeting now. All right. So they met in a Catholic church where they were celebrating one of their priest's birthday. And then the next thing, he saw where Peter Obi sat, and they went there and hugged him. He went to meet him and hugged him and greeted him. And now he's calling Peter Obi his brother. Because in all the attacks he gave Peter Obi shocked him by not responding violently, by still calling him his brother. He called Soludo his brother. That Soludo, he has worked as a trader in Anambra State. Soludo is a professor, and let him also go and work as a professor. You see? So now when he went to hug Peter Obi, everybody in the church was surprised. And they were saying, is it not these people that are quarreling and the whole social media is on fire because of 2 of them? So it was in this meeting that Soludo is saying that the rumor that they collected $28 million to blackmail Peter Obi is false. That he never collected money from any individual or any party to blackmail the Labour Party presidential candidate, who is Peter Obi. That if he did that, he would have been a trillionaire by now. If he's into bribery, he would have been a trillionaire by now, right? And that the differences they're having is just political differences and nothing more. And they have agreed to meet in a few weeks to come to iron out their differences and then to put things straight between them. That the political differences has not affected their personal relationships. So what we have to say here is Soludo pretending to be a brother, or are we saying that Peter Obi and Soludo, they know what they're doing as politicians, the job? Because I said the other day, politicians are like witches. They quarrel in the daytime and they meet in the same coven at night. And then if you follow them to fight during the day, you are your own at night, because they can combine effort and then come and press you to die. All right, that is how politicians are. So is that what we are seeing here? Or is it that Soludo is pretending he's still an enemy of Peter Obi right in his mind. But Peter Obi actually need to be very, very careful. Peter Obi has an overwhelming influence. All right. And people that are hurting you, actually, when they see you, they will pretend to be the best of friend or relative to you. But when they're away, they are your worst enemies, because what they do behind you, you will never know. All right. So that is what is coming from this Catholic church, where they met for a Thanksgiving mass for Most Reverend Paulinus C. Ezokafo. All right, when he was celebrating his 70th birthday in St. Patrick's Catholic Church, where he met him. It means that two of them attend the same church. Can you imagine? So they're actually Christian brothers in the same church and in the same parish. And this is happening. And they are supposed to be members or executive of men fellowship in that church as well. But look at what they are doing because of politics. And now they have met, and it would have been another, it was a smart one that Soludo did, because it would have been another, it would have caused another social media buzz if they met in that church and they never greeted and everybody went his own way. They would have mean that, yes, they are true enemies, even in the church. And this parish would have been called to order to find out what is happening between two of them. You can't be attending to the same church and you're killing yourself outside like this. So that from the same state, from the same area, and attending the same church, and now they are fighting themselves publicly. No, something must be wrong. Actually, Soludo was unguided. He made a lot of mistakes in coming out to talk what all those nonsense he was talking about Peter Obi administration. And now he received the kind of backlash that had never seen before. And that is why he's trying to retrace his steps. And they have met now face to face so that we can confirm what he was doing. So somebody is saying Soludo must have been threatened into submission. Igbo politics. And you people want other people to take you seriously. Come out, make I pass, Joe. So what is happening here is that, yes, Soludo received a lot of threats, which he confirmed that himself and his family are being punished for what is happening between him and Peter Obi. Ohanes and Digbos, in fact, they dragged him to deities, to their divinities, to discuss their matter. And that threatened him as well. Then the coalition of Igbo youth leaders also came out and attacked Soludo very well. And recently, the Ohanese youth have said they were going to go and dump refuse inside government house for Soludo, which is a traditional way of disciplining somebody who commits sacrilege in the land. All right. So Soludo is receiving a lot of threats and a lot of warnings from the masses, not just the Igbo people from across Nigeria. So he didn't know where that would take him to. And I'm sure he's beginning to retrace his steps. And let him retrace it very well before it is too late. All right. Somebody say you should know how to talk next time. Obi Peter is your brother. Yes. Next time you should know how to talk. You don't talk brag because you are a governor. The governor you are sitting, the person you are talking about has sat in there for years before you even came in. So politically, Peter Obi is ahead of Soludo. All right. But Soludo was just, I don't know what went into his head, or whether it's jealousy or whatever. He started talking rubbish. Whether his party politics is trying to play because he's in Abga, that is not the issue. All right. Even though Peter Obi was in Abga when he was the governor of Anambra State, it doesn't matter. After all of them are moving around. All right. Now he's getting his way through politically. You should support him and not talking nonsense. And now you are coming to embrace him in the church as if you are his friend and you are calling him your brother. This is the best. This time you have to call him your brother. So Soludo should better retrace his steps. All right. So Soludo met Obi in the Catholic Church in Anambra State, and then they had to, hug themselves and try to straighten out their differences to show the public that they're not quarreling. Their personal relationship remain intact. It's their political relationship that they're having differences, which they plan to resolve in weeks to come. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment below as well.